Boom! It's Brock Bowen here. I got my friends Chris Jackson and Drew over here. And
Hey.
yeah, I just thought we'd jump on live because a lot of people want to know behind the scenes. Even some of the guys I've got in the mastermind at the moment, they're looking at, well, how do we create abundance? How do we create value? How do we create different projects together? So I thought I'd bring you guys behind the scenes. And today I've actually got the guys together. Both these guys I'm running different retreats with. Both these guys, you know, Chris and I worked together a couple of years ago. Drew showed up in my life recently. We've been helping each other with some stuff. And yeah, Susan, good to have you here. Whoever's jumping on, I want to say hi to you guys. But we thought we'd say, well, how do we create it? And today, what do you want to create is what Chris just asked me. And we're talking about how these different opportunities show up in the flow. Because we all get paid to run retreats, coach clients, do different things. It's fun. But we're not going out there forcing these things into play. But there is a method to our madness. There is a strategy, there is a structure, there's things going on. So I thought I'd bring these guys on today, talk about what you want to create, and also just talk about how we're creating this, because Chris has flown up from Perth and Drew's flown down from Coolum, and I now live on the Sunshine Coast. But yeah, and we're also talking about that thing too, you know, when you do manage to live a life like this, people talk about luck. Let's talk about that first. Luck. You ever been called lucky?
Yeah, I have. I think luck can sometimes be the biggest ever cop out. I think we create our own luck. I think we create it. You know, we're talking before about it's when we take an opportunity or an idea and we take action. Yeah. And like, how many of us can think of an idea that we've had, like whether it be an Uber or an Airbnb? We've all had that idea, but no one's ever taken action on it. So I think when real magic shows up is when we have that inspiration, that idea. We're actually the ones that has the courage. You know, the tenacity, the focus, the discipline, you know, and the hard work, and all of the other things that go into it to bring it into action. I think this is an example of us all taking the initiative of saying, right, let's make this happen. You know, from wherever we are in the world, let's all get together and let's make it happen. So I think this is that first step of actually making it happen. I love it.
I love it. It's cool. And Drew?
Well, I'm just following on from that taking action. We were just talking about it before again. Is that everyone gets these great ideas, they get these things happening. They're taking little steps of action, and then they hit a wall, and then they hit a hard bit, and then a lot of people give up. And I can speak from experience. I've hit a wall, I've given up. I've been like, I'll do something else. But the point is having that dream team behind you, those people behind you that have those good skills, that help you around that wall. They just go, hey, look, dude, there's a wall there. You can't get over it. There's a door.
Yeah, I like that.
Get on the phone to your mate. Get on the phone to your business partner. Yeah. What's the door? It's right there. You walk through that door, you keep going with that plan. But definitely having that support around you is a big key factor for implementing those ideas and taking action.
Yeah, definitely.
I like that too, dropping in on the dream team. It's something I talk about a lot, and I'm being more public about this lately. But when I say dream team, it's not just a metaphor. I literally dream up and envision projects as I sleep, and then I bring them to life in real life. And it's an interesting one. When you guys saw me go around the world on that idea I called the greatest love story ever told, I dreamt a lot of the people I was going to meet. You know, it's just so fun that one of the guys I shared an apartment with for a month, Dustin Love Thomas, who, you know, has become a friend. He's about to be in Byron Bay, Mullumbimby performing. So one of the other ladies, Michelle Speck, if you're watching the replay, we love you. Can't wait to see you at the Bali retreat. I'm going to call Zoe today and have a conversation with her too. And you know, Dustin's coming out to perform in Australia, so I'm going to send some of my dream clients and friends along to his event because I know he's coming from a good place. And the thing about it is, when you're clear on what you want to create, you envision it and you come from that space, everyone wants to help. That's been my experience. And there's always this energy about like when something has a particular consciousness or a frequency, or sometimes we call it an F yeah, or fuck yeah. Boom. Yeah, sometimes that you just like, I'm all in. I don't know how I'm going to do it. They're the best things. If it seems impossible, you get it done. Zoe, yeah, we can't wait to talk to you. We'll
hey Zoe.
Why don't we'll call you after this. Zoe, let us know if we can speak to you after this. Really looking forward to it. And I just love that, you know, Zoe's on the live call. Drew, the other day when I was doing a shout out, he just happened to be on the live call and he won a competition. So it's not luck. And if you define it as luck, you're going to limit yourself. If you say, I'm fortunate, I'm blessed, I'm grateful, I'm appreciative. Now, what would I love to create next, which is what we're talking about today. So guys, what do we want to create today? In terms of we're all coming together and our experience, what do you want to create?
Let's create an opportunity to transform the people in our lives, transform their lives even more. So come up with a way to add even more value, because I mean we're already adding massive value as it is. But I think it's getting clever about how do we add even more value to more people to make even more of an impact, and leverage technology to actually make that impact. I think that's a big thing I'd like to focus on for us today, is how do we get clever about this? Because we've all got so much wisdom and so much collectively between us, the amount of experience, and this goes for everyone as well, everyone watching. He's asking the same question, is how can we all add more value? Because ultimately adding value is about helping more people, making more of a difference. So how do we do that? And I think technology this is a fantastic way of actually doing that. So that's what I'd like to really explore in a lot more depth.
I like that. How can we add more value in less time?
Yeah, I like that.
I like just framing it that way too. Like, how can we add more value in less time? Boom. What do you got? What do you want to create today?
Today? Well,
Let's chunk it down. We all go big picture and vision, dream, yada yada. But today? What do we want to do?
Well, one of my specialities is opening people up through adventure. So today we're going to do some adventure. Sometimes you hit these little obstacles when you're out and about in nature, things like that. I can help you drive past that. But what I want to create with that today is just a good space for us to get clear. So we're going to go out, have some adventure, get really clear, and you're surprised when the ideas pop in, the solution for your business pops in when you're out in nature. So that's what we're going to create today. We're going to create that opportunity in nature while you're feeling clear, while you're feeling free. That's what people need.
That's one of my key principles, 55 minutes a day in nature. I was just saying to Drew when we drove over before, I was okay yesterday, but I was feeling a bit, I don't know, just it wasn't in my full flow, in my full expression. And all day I wanted to catch up with Drew, I wanted to do a couple of things, but I needed to get organized, because there are things in our life that needs to be organized. One of my friends who's quite wealthy, he always talks about getting organized. And then he went and sold his business for about $5 million. So there's a lot of value in being organized and systemized. But also, I know for myself, yesterday when I went out to nature, I came back, I was like this. I was like, hey Christy, yeah, I'm happy. and that thing, I just want to remind her, like when we take people out, I know one guy calls himself the CEO Whisperer. He takes people into the Amazon rainforest. You know, I know when we come together collectively today, that's one of the things I envision. Today Chris is flown in. Chris is going to be a billionaire or millionaire or whatever he chooses to be in this lifetime. And these other guys that are going to make a massive impact, I feel very fortunate, not just for the money that I receive to do these things, but that we can have an impact on one another so we can go out and influence in a greater way. And I'm always curious about that. How do we add more value in less time? Also, just to reframe different things, because at the moment what I see is we're doing business just to make money the focus. It has to be. But then the other reasons in terms of that, we're always looking at that. Have a purpose, have a certain element to it that adds more to the world. I always think about the example of supermarkets. Supermarkets are great. They're an easy business model to run. But just give me some hearts if you love farmers markets. Callie, good to have you on here. Callie and I met on the Sunshine Coast. You're awesome. Amazing woman. Just Susan, someone you want to connect into. Have integrity. Yeah, it's so important to have integrity to your craft and to your vision. What else do you guys want to create today? We got the magic book here. If you guys don't know, when I write things down in the magic book, they happen. I've had people from around the world, like Chris is now at my house, and then Chris and I just happen to be in Sydney at the same time. Isn't that interesting? That's why I'm doing more live, so people start to believe this is how it happens. It's not all planned. The best things happen without a plan often. What else do you want to happen today? I want to film some high quality videos. If you guys have got any questions you want answered today, we can make a video 2 to 3 minutes on that. We've even got a drone today.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
We might even go live on the drone.
Yeah.
We'll test that going live on the drone. What else do you want to create today?
Yeah, I'd love to create some connections with, particularly as I'm here from over in Western Australia, I'd love to connect with some people here locally, just meet some amazing characters, just connect. Let's create an intention to find someone else who can make a contribution to us in some way. Building some kind of powerful connection here today.
Joy, good to have you here too. Taking my magic book away this week. Yeah, Joy, just to shout out Joy. Joy came along to the retreat. We're all running retreats together. Joy put some comments about the retreat in here. But at the retreat, we went for a bike ride along the beach. Soft sand cycling. I had that idea in California, so I put it in the itinerary for the retreat when I was there with my magic book. Creating it for you guys. What an experience. We went along at Mission Beach, along the beach, and it was tough. We had to pick our bikes up. Mine even broke, so I had to run. I managed to break my bike within about the first 7 minutes. Oops. But then Joy kept riding. She wanted to go just that little bit further, like Drew was talking about before. Joy wanted to stop and go back, but I go, Joy, do you think you could go just a little bit further? Just another 5 or 10 minutes. We went a little bit further, then she went up to speak to these people that had her intrigued. They were doing mosaic art. She went and spoke to these beautiful people. And then she spoke to them once. I go, Joy, go and speak to them again. Then she came back one more time in the group. I go and speak to them again.
Who's having Neiht breakfast burger?
He is.
Oh, I'll grab that one.
There we
Do
go.
you want to say hi?
Live food.
We're doing live.
Wow. Cool. Who's having mixed chemo bowl?
Yeah,
Just getting
Yeah.
our food here.
Beautiful.
No worries. Are you reading on anything else?
I'm good.
All good? Awesome. Enjoy, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And so I just want to share Joy's story, because Joy she didn't ask once, she didn't ask twice. She went up 3 times to have a chat with these people, got their details. She came back and spent some time with them at an event, stayed at their house. Now I believe she's about to go down and house sit these people's place. She played harp at an event. All these different things happen when you show up to life. Ask better questions, frame your life in a different one. But ultimately, people love people. We love connecting with other people. That's the juice of life.
Yeah, I think we were just talking earlier in the car, and we were talking about maybe asking the question, and you were asking a question about some accommodation at the time while you're doing a course,
yeah.
and that brought you massive opportunity.
Yeah.
So I think the big thing for people, and everyone's guilty for this, I'm guilty for it, you're guilty, everyone is this, is that you get this question that pops up, and you're like, oh, should I ask it? No, I can't do that. Like,
Yeah.
just get a question, you ask it. There's no harm in asking a question.
Yeah.
If it comes from honesty, then you ask a question,
Yeah.
things go fine. Opportunity comes from the simplest sort of questions.
Yeah. Ask for what we want. Put that positive intention out there to the world. Like, I want this.
Yeah.
Bring it to me. Let people know about it. And if when people know about it, people can help us more.
Yeah.
Again, I think so a lot of us are afraid of actually being vulnerable, putting ourselves out there and saying, look, this is what I need help with. I mean, again, nothing great was ever achieved alone. So when we put ourselves out and say, look, can you help me with this? Can you help me with that? That's when stuff comes into us. And we do it from a place of authenticity and integrity. Of course, and people will want to help us. People will fight for us.
Yeah.
So I think that's the beautiful thing is when we've got a cause and what we stand for.
Yeah.
The goodness comes in from the universe when we put that intention out there.
Yeah.
I love
Human
it.
nature comes in.
Yeah.
So true. I think touching on what Drew said before, a lot of people get their awareness or the intuition. Hey Talia, hey Jason. A lot of people get the awareness or the intuition, but they don't act on it. And it's just so true. What I notice in my own life is if I get the awareness, take action, I seem to get more awarenesses to take more action. More things show up, more people show up, more experiences, more money, more everything shows up in that experience. But if I don't take that first little step, it doesn't happen. And what have we got? Trust your gut.
Trust your gut.
Shine from the inside out. Be beautiful because you are. I love it. Erica
Yeah, I love
Grace.
that. I love that.
Shout out to California. How you doing, Erica? It's been a while since I've seen you, but yeah, big blessings to you. But ultimately, these are the guys I'm running retreats with now. At the start of the year, in my magic book, I wrote down collaborations on retreats. Now I write down crystal clear, cashed up collaborations. Your business has got to make cash, people. Focus on that. The reason is everything else. It's important. And you know, it's so fun to do that thing. I wrote down crystal clear, cashed up collaborations. Chris reached out to me a day or two later. And then Drew reached out to me when we met a little bit later.
Yeah.
We put together some exciting projects. You know, we've got Bali retreat coming up. So Chris, tell us about Bali.
Yeah, so Bali is going to be the ultimate life upgrade experience. So
Boom.
Brock and I, we've been thinking about ultimate life upgrade. I mean, that's what both you and I are about. How do we upgrade our life? How do we take a life to the next level? Because I think everyone knows we've all got that next level to step into. There's always something more, but we always know that there's that level of passion, there's a level of purpose that we haven't quite yet accessed. So it's about how do we tap into that and really start to step into that flow, that fulfillment. Really starting to empower ourselves, really at the mindset level first and foremost. How do we do that? How do we start to get clear on what we want to create and bring into this world? And then start to look at, well then, how do we bring that into life, like implementation? So really blending the mindset with the actual strategy, and how do we start to do that more in life? And then underpinning all of that as well is going to be, you know, really, and it's amazing. 5 days. It's the ultimate five-day life upgrade experience. It's like we've just gone to town and designed what's the best 5-day experience you could ever have to upgrade anyone's life, and we've pretty much got it in there. You know, there's meditation, there's yoga, there's all the amazing healthy food, really detoxing your body. It's really looking at mindfulness, meditation, breath work, massages. We've got adventure days. We've got clarity exercises. We've got brainstorming. We've got really a lot of group exercise where everyone's going to be contributing to really helping each other create breakthroughs. Really a lot of deep transformational coaching work. And this is just going to be the ultimate 5-day experience where you walk in and when after 5 days, you're totally rejuvenated, totally energized, totally clear on what we want to create in our life. And I think one of the biggest things is a lot of us have got some either limiting thoughts or emotional blocks or something that's kind of preventing us from stepping into that. So that's what we're really about, is about stripping those back and starting to let us step into that power place of authenticity and ultimately fulfilling our purpose. I think that's what it's all about. It's like, why are we here? Getting clear about why we're here and how do we do that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Sorry, that was a bit of a rant. Sorry, I get
a good rant.
I get pretty passionate.
But I'm going to continue from that one because...
Just drop me dates on that one. That's Bali, July 14 to 19. Drew, continue on that.
Yeah, so I'm going to continue on that, and that everyone in life has barriers. They have challenges, whether it's in their relationship, whether it's in their business, whether it's just walking down the street. Like, some people have challenges walking down the street. They might be in a wheelchair. They might have their life challenges. The thing that these sort of retreats are doing is using different ways to get people over that edge, to get past that challenge. Whether, like, I've done retreats in the past, and when you come into that retreat, you're setting an intention for it. You're going to go there for a while, whether it's to learn better yoga, whether it's to get more adventure, whether it's to get more clarity in your business and what you need to do next. When you take that and go do an experience within a group of people that are doing the same thing, it creates magic. You come back home different. You come back home transformed. And that's why these transformational retreats, they transform people because they put themselves in that environment, whether it's 5 days for like mine, whether it's 10 days, and you get transformed within that. You come back out of that, you've got time for yourself, you've taken that time, you've paid the money, you've gone somewhere in the world, you've taken that time for yourself. Things are going to change. It's always going to happen. And then it's like coming for we're running, me and Brock are running a retreat with another guy as well,
Benny Bongo.
Shout out to Benny.
Boom.
He's also a magic person. And we're running a retreat for 10 days. So we're going for a bit more of an extended period. We're over in Lombok. And we're going to be surfing. We're going to be doing lots of yoga. We're going to have sessions with Brock over here. We're going to have such a great time over there. There's going to be a heap of adventure with us. So we're using the adventure to key in those challenge points. So when we use that fun, the excitement, you're going to hit barriers physically, you're going to hit barriers mentally. We're going to help you through that. And whether it's, we're going to talk about business on those trips. We're going to talk about life. We're going to talk about the relationships that you're having, how to change them, how you can do it, how you can take that action home, and ways of implementing that. So just doing that for yourself and taking that time is going to upgrade your life.
100%.
How it's going to happen.
Yeah. And I think it's also an important thing to really ask the question is, why invest this time? This is a lot of time out of your business. Why invest time out of your business? Why invest this money? Why is that important? And I think everyone's got to check in and say, well, why do that? And I think the answers that come up are going to be things like people are starting to recognise, well, if not now, then when?
I like
or,
that.
Well, there is no other greater investment than ourselves. The greatest real estate that exists in this world is between our ears. And so I think a lot of the questions that come up is people start to check in and realise, hang on, we get one shot at life. And this is one of the best investments you can ever make in your own well-being, in your wellness, and in life in general. So I think it's important for people to check in to see why would something like this be important for them. Yeah.
So true. And so many elements we can talk about today, but essentially we wanted to jump on, this is how we create behind the scenes, and essentially go, what do we want to create? And it always comes back to the philosophy I like to share with people: 1 for yourself, 2 for the community, 3 for humanity. We bring it back to that, you're going to have something that hits all those different things, that people feel drawn to it, they feel fulfilled, they want to contribute to it makes a huge difference. Andrew Holt, today lots. Clarity on priorities, actions, cool, lots of stuff. Man, we got to catch up soon. I know you're going to come along to the Energy Expansion evening. But final thing for you guys, if you want to get connected with any of us, we all do individual programs. We're consulting, coaching, mentoring, all that sort of stuff. But also, together today, collectively, we're talking about the retreats. If you want to find out about these retreats, we haven't even opened up the Lombok retreat yet. Bali, we're approximately half full. So after today, we're about half full on that one. We got more things coming up.
Yeah, so this is what we do to create. This is how we create. We get together, you create, things happen.
Yeah.
And that's Monday. Monday wasn't always like this for me. I know Monday wasn't always like this for you guys. And the more we do it deliberately. I know with Chris, 2 years ago, we started talking about it. He was an engineer when we first started having conversations. Now he's full-time at his craft. You know, Drew, when we talked about some stuff just recently, was like, oh, I need to do 3 to 4 days at my other career so I can focus on this stuff. Guess what? He's doing it. And the more that he chooses what he actually really wants to do, what he loves, he gets a little bit more fortunate, a little bit more blessed. And then Monday becomes this, which we call Magic Monday. And then we create these different things and we go around the world having the best time ever. It's not luck, my friends. But ultimately, you go, what do you want to create? If we can support you in that way at all, be it through the retreats, through anything else we do, love to help you guys. Any final comments from you guys besides bam?
I think we've said it all. It's just epicness. All life upgrade experiences coming up for life. So I think pretty exciting stuff coming up.
Cool, I'm going to draw a couple out. Boom. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it.
Cheers, guys.